How do you deal with disruptions? They happen all the time. Sometimes we're aware of them, sometimes we're not. I'm excited to share with you how I like to deal with them. Let's get it.
Gotta take what's burning from deep down within out into the world so the healing can begin. Created for greatness, don't let anything get in the way. Realize with you realize you'll affect the world in a major way. Time to make a difference and show the world what you're all about. Live life with passion, fire it up from the inside out.
Yo, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to another live episode of FTIO, where we are inspiring real change from the inside out. Yes, you heard that. Inspiring real change from the inside out. What's going on, y'all? Happy Friday. Thank you for we made it, y'all. 3 weeks straight. Yes, 3 weeks straight. FTIO live, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Super juice today. Loving today's topic. Loving just to be with you all. So again, shouting you out. If this is your first time with me, thank you for being with me. Consider subscribing to the YouTube channel or my Facebook page so that you can get notifications every time I go live. But as you can see on the banner below, I'm here Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. This is the quarantine series because again, I want to, number one, be productive with my time. And most importantly, I want to stay connected with all of you. So yes, again, FTIO, inspiring real change from the inside out, y'all. So check it out, y'all. So today, I have today's title or topic is dealing with disruptions. Now, let's be real. Let's be real here. So many times we deal with, we have a lot of different disruptions. Now, before we jump into it, and if you are out there on the Facebook Live or the YouTube Live, go ahead and, drop a comment so I can make sure to acknowledge you and shout you out and bring you on, at least, bring your caption onto the screen. I would love to just, again, acknowledge you. So let's just jump right into this, y'all. So a disruption, let's start here, right? Disruptions, a disturbance or interruption that changes your plans, some event or process. Now, so take that in for a minute. A disruption is a disturbance or an interruption that changes your plans, an event, or a process. Right. And I love this because how many times do we have our plans or do our plans get disrupted? Now, of course, again, like I said earlier, sometimes we're super aware of the disruptions like COVID-19, coronavirus, pandemic, right? That's a huge disruption. It's disrupting everyone's routines. It's disrupting everyone's finances. It's disrupting us in so many different ways. So that's, one way to really look at it. What's up, my boy? Hey, we got Steve Aguino in the building coming all the way from the Bronx. What's up, baby boy? Thank you for joining in. So yeah, disruptions, right? So we got big disruptions that can look just like that, right? Like the pandemic right now, it's like disrupting everything we're doing, right? Or they can be even very small, minute disruptions. Again, thinking about this example here or this definition, right? Disrupting and changing your plans or some event or process. And the last one I think is the one that really resonates with me the most. Process, right? I have this new process that I'm doing here at home. I have this new process of how I do things in my workflow and just trying to keep everything nice and tight and trying to stay efficient. But let's be honest, working from home, there is so many disruptions that happen at home, especially if you have kids, if you have animals, if you have a lovely partner, right? Like there's just so many. I mean, for me, one of my biggest disruptions again is just like when I walk through the kitchen, because again, I don't got a big house, but when I walk through the kitchen to get to where I need to get to, like there's things that are happening around me, right? Maybe my wife is watching TV. Maybe my dog is like, doo, 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 it's like looking at me, doing a whole puppy eye thing, following me around. And it's like, it's disrupting whatever plan that I have for the day. Right. So thinking about that, like how many times in the disruptions, I memean, here's a huge disruption right here. Y'all know about that. This is a huge disruption, right? Because when that text message goes off or that, the phone starts to ring, like so many, the notifications pop up, right? So things are going to disrupt our routine. Things are going to disrupt our plans. Things are going to disrupt our processes and even events. Hey, what's up, Darren? Thank you for joining in. Hey, Darren Blonsky representing trading stocks. You know what? Hey, God willing, one day you never know. You never know. Good morning, Joanne. Thank you for joining in this Friday. And again, I'm rebranding y'all. So inspiring real change from the inside out. Woo! Hey, I'm fired up this Friday. I'm gonna tell y'all, like I always say, hustle on Friday like it was Monday. So bring that energy. And right now, like I'm trying to like again refigure, rebrand, but most importantly, I'm just keeping it real, 100 with each and every one of you. Thank you, Joanne, for being on with us this morning, talking about disruptions. And even as your comments are coming through or text messages are coming through, that could be considered a disruption as well. But wait a minute, y'all. So here's how we're gonna jump into this. Here's how first. Oh, my bad. I got double screens here. Turn it. So thinking about those disruptions, here's what I like to say. Disruptions will either distract you or develop you. Okay, let me say that one more time. Disruptions will either distract you or develop you. Now, of course, y'all know I'm a man of faith, right? So I take it even to the next level and I say the devil disrupts to distract and God disrupts to develop. I'm gonna say that one more time. The devil disrupts to distract, but God disrupts to develop. Okay. But for all my, non-believers, non-faith-based folks, right here is the truth. Any disruption will either distract you or it'll develop you. And I think that's the key here because disruptions, again, they're going to happen all the time. And they're going to be things that we can handle, some things that we can't handle, some things that we are aware of, things that we're not aware of. But when the disruption happens, are we being distracted or are we being developed? Right. So for example, I'm working all this new equipment, new software, for this live stream. So, and it's just a one-man show. Like it's just me. It's just your boy, bro. Right. But what happens is when you like leave a comment, right? Yes, it could be a disruption, but instead of it being a distraction to me, I'm actually letting it develop me, letting it develop my skills. So now I can just make one click and say, good morning to my cousin Brad Bell all the way in Massachusetts. What's up, cuz? Man, I wish I had a little better picture of you on the profile, but hey, I love that little background you got there, right? So notice how even comments that come through on the live stream, for some, it's, this disruption could be a distraction and I can like just go way off tangent and get all flustered and be all scared and like, drop the ball. But instead it's developing me. It's developing me in the sense that now I can see how this software works. I can know how to bring people on and how to bring them off. And I can still stay in the zone, y'all. I can still stay in the zone and stay connected with you. So, all right. So once again, disruptions will either distract you or they will develop you. All right. And so no matter what your situation is right now, because of COVID-19, whether you are essential and you're out there working, or matter of fact, I think California is starting to open up again. So whether you are out there working or not, whether you're working from home, whether you are the worker and the teacher at home and doing all those things, right? Like there are going to be disruptions that happen all the time. So the question is, how are we, responding to this, right? How are we responding to this? Yes. Oh, software. Yes. StreamYard. I'm using StreamYard, Darren. I'm actually going to do a video with all the gear. I'm working on putting a video together so that, can show all the different gear that I use for my live stream. So stay on the lookout for that. So thank you for asking. And so here I am, right? So first point number one. So if you have a pen, paper, you got your notes, wherever you are, right? Point number one, when it comes to dealing with these disruptions, number one is, drum roll, please. Boom, set boundaries. Yes, y'all, set boundaries. I cannot stress this enough. Right? Set boundaries when it comes to your workflow, when it comes to your day. And boundaries can look like so many different things. It could be a physical boundary. So for example, I'm in my office and, the rule is, or, what we have here at the house, the office, right? I like how I say that, but really it's just a spare bedroom. So I took the spare bedroom and the rule is like when the door is closed, right? When the door is closed, and then we know that I'm recording or like I'm in the zone where it's like the creative zone, recording zone, whatever that might be. So the boundary is that if the door is closed, out of respect, just let me do what I got to do. Now, if the door is cracked, open, I come in, say what's up, knock on the door, right? So my wife and I have that understanding, right? So that could be one type of boundary. Another boundary could be, for example, like having your routine and honoring that, like that boundary. So like say you have a routine, and let's just go back to that. So let's use this. All right, y'all everyone has one of these. You might be watching this on one of these right now. But one of the boundaries I like to set with my cell phone, all right, again, because disruptions happen, is I actually turn off the notifications on my phone. Yes, every single notification, text message, email, all social media. So like my phone right now, matter of fact, I'll show you, right? Except for that settings piece, if you can see that right there, my phone has no red on there, y'all, except for the phone call thing on the bottom. Right. And the reason that is because there's text messages, there's emails, there's Facebook notifications, but I turned them all off because I want to set my boundaries. I ain't trying to be a slave to this thing. Right. Every time you hear it go off, every time you look for the red circle, like boom, the endorphins kick in like, oh man, dopamine effect is real, but that's a whole nother episode. Right. So that is how I like to set boundaries on my cell phone, right? Setting boundaries that way. What's up, cousin? I got my Q mark all the way from Pacifica in the building, 650. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And here's the thing, set those boundaries. Like set those boundaries on your phone. Like I don't like the fact that, you know what I'm saying, if my phone goes off, I gotta like run to it. Like the phone is actually training us. We're not training it. So it's just something to consider, right? Set those boundaries, and I get it. We work on these things, we operate out of, our cell phones and computers. But let's be honest, like a lot of the times, those text messages, those phone calls that come through, like it distracts us. It becomes more of a distraction than actual development. So again, whatever you do, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're a student, you're working from home, like number one, set that physical boundary in your house, in your space, in your area. Let people know what that plan is. Set boundaries on your social media, your cell phones, all your technology, whatever that might be. And again, setting those boundaries is going to be super, super key when it comes to dealing with the daily disruptions of life. All right, of life. All right. So, which leads me to my second point. Point numero dos. All right. Point numero dos is, drum roll, please, honor your routine. Yes. Honor your routine. Every single day, I got the same routine, right? These last couple of days has been a little off because my back has been kind of messed up. And to be honest, I think it's like, you know what I'm saying? My stomach's getting a little big and it's like putting strain on my back. That's just my thought of it. But anyway, so I got to build my core back up. But no, seriously, like honor your routine. Like if you have your plan set, like if you're one of those people who organizes your day from this time to this time, I'm doing work. This time to this time, I'm exercising. This time to this time, it's family time. This time to this time, it's quiet time. Whatever that is, honor that. Like honor that. And, set that boundary, because so many times we'll have a plan set for our day and then we get the phone call. And then if we don't pick up the phone call, then we feel bad because we don't, make the phone call. That's why I said the other day, or like when I was really deep into school, I was like, you called and text the right number at the wrong time. So if I don't hit you back, if I don't text you, if I don't message, if I don't respond right away, it's because I got my boundaries set, y'all. And most importantly, I am honoring my routine. I'm honoring my routine, because if we don't honor our routine, then our routine gets off and then we don't get productive. And now that even if it's like a phone call that maybe if someone you haven't talked to in a while or a family member, I'm not saying like don't talk to anyone ever, but set your boundaries. Like set up a little thing on your phone that says, hey, I'm working right now. I'll call you back when I'm free, or I have a break at 12, or set that time even in your schedule, the last 10 minutes of each hour or whatever that might be, where you can check a social media post or make that phone call. But number one, set the boundaries. And number two, I get number two. All right. Number two is honor your routine. Now check it out, y'all. I got a special guest coming out to you. So as you can see, let me go ahead and take this banner off right here. Oh, my bad. Here we go. And boom. All right. So I got my Built to Grind hoodie. All right. I got my Built to Grind because it's Built to Grind Friday, but it's actually Built to Grind every day. And this brand specifically is near and dear to my heart, right? Because it is a brand that my cousin, all right. Let me get him off the stream. It's a brand that my cousin actually developed. He's the founder of it. DL the Arson is what he goes by. Drew Lago, blood family. All right. We're not just talking like just because we're, both Islanders and Filipino. We family, like his dad and my mom are siblings. Okay. So we go way back, and that's where that entrepreneur spirit. If you've ever met my cousin DL, if you know him, me and him again just have similar, mannerisms and how we just like to hustle, how we like to grind. So we created Built to Grind. And so on this Built to Grind Friday, on this, we're gonna definitely have him on just to kind of talk a little bit about how how he deals with disruption. So if you're at home, first point number one, set boundaries. Second point number two, honor your routine. And let's go ahead and bring on DL to Arson. Yo, what's going on, DL? Hold on, let's see if we can. Yo, you there? Can you hear us? We can't hear you, cuz. Let's see. We had this working earlier. You have two. Hold on. Let me try the other. Yo, you there? Hello. See, again, we working and see this is a disruption, but we are going to use this as a teaching moment, development. So I'm using your stream. So, cuz I can't hear you. We had this working earlier. Let me try. Check. Hello. Yeah, nothing. Can you hear me? Can you hear us? So you can hear us. Thanks for the thumbs up, but we can't hear you. Your mic is, yeah, we're not getting anything. So look, guess number one, be safe, right? Be safe. Pull over, and then we'll figure it back. We'll get back with you. Okay, hang on 1 second, y'all. All right, so he's gonna call back. So, anyways, let's get back to this, y'all. Let me look at the comments here. Chavez, good morning. Thank you for being on the live stream, and thank you for all your comments and your feedback. Again, it's definitely inspiring me to continue to do this work. It's folks like you that are always inspiring me to keep going and to keep pushing. Yes, the grind never stops. Yes, the grind never stops. That's why hustle on Friday like it was Monday. Yes. So Chavez, I'm not as sure where you're tuning in from, but if you could just drop where you're tuning in from, because I know that you liked the page a couple of days ago, and thank you for that. So if you want to just put down where you're tuning in from, that'd be great to know where you're at. Let's see. Let me get because cuz you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
There he is. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for my cuzzo. I didn't even give him the, the intro. Coming at you. This is my family right here. This is my bloodline. Got DL to Arson representing B2G on this beautiful Friday. Just joining us in and just gonna, again, a fellow entrepreneur to entrepreneur. And I just want to give him an opportunity, to talk a little bit about how he deals with disruption. So hold on real quick, cuz. Oh, Chavez, nice. Litchfield Park, Arizona is on the line. So we got Arizona, we got the Bronx, we got Boston, Massachusetts, we got Cali. Everybody's on this live stream. So much love to each and every one of you for checking us out this morning. So cuz we're talking about disruptions. I shared 2 points. Number one, I said disruptions distract or develop, right? Either they distract you and take you off path, or they develop something out of you. And I said they come in all shapes and shapes and sizes. And I said that the first 2 points I gave today, because I try to give at least 3 points a day. The first point was number one, set boundaries. Number two, honor your routine. All right, so those are the two that I'm on right now. So, cuz do us a favor real quick. Share just a little bit about yourself. Where you from? What you up to? What is your grind? What does your hustle look like?
Yeah, so well, first and foremost, thank you for having me on. Thanks for everybody tuning in to my cousin's show. But so my name is DL. I'm from Vallejo, California. I'm a grinder. I've been chasing, my dreams literally since I'm 39 now. I've been chasing my dreams. Honestly, before I was even 13 years old. But currently, so as music is my primary. But I'm a little bit older, so I do it because I love it now. I don't be out there in the clubs or doing shows like before. But as of right now, my clothing brand, and I feel is called Built to Grind. Our slogan is Be Resilient. Basically, in 2009, I started with one hoodie. I threw it up on Facebook. This is before our parents were on Facebook. I threw it up on Facebook as a joke. I asked people, would anybody want to buy this hoodie? And ended up selling like 400 sweaters. And as far as film, I always had a creative, theatrical mind. But now I'm actually doing film. And I'm actually out here in Hollywood now. I literally live right behind the Hollywood sign. And that's what we do. That's the grind, and just staying positive and keeping it moving every day.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm going ahead and I'm gonna put down just for right now, because I forgot to get that info from you earlier, but I'm just putting down, built2grind.com on the banner below. So if you're interested in picking getting up some gear, right? Hit the website up, you know what I'm saying? Support local business. So, cuz, all right. So, yes, as long as we've known each other, man, we and you have always been on that hustle, always been on the grind, always moving forward, always pushing. So, what are some of the distractions now more recently that you've been having to deal with everything going on? Not just because, you know, pre-COVID, during COVID, what would you say are some of the biggest disruptions that you've had, and how have you dealt with them? Were they distractions? Were they developments? Yeah, take us through like what that's like for you.
I think what's true is the whole cell phone thing. Being on your phone, it definitely is a trap. It also is an access and very very important tool to hustlers, grinders, whatever it is you do. But it definitely also could be a distraction. So that was one of mine, and till this day, I try not to, right when I wake up in the morning, pick up my phone and check my messages. Like, because I guess basically when you wake up in the morning and you check your messages and your phone, you instantly you set the tone for the day, and you just gave up all your power, basically. So instead of right when you get to work, at a desk, get there, and your your coworkers start calling you, you start to help them with their project.
There you
And it's
go.
kind of like, well, hold on, I got to do what I got to do for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No,
that's definitely one of them.
definitely, bro. Yeah.
Um,
No, I think that's
Another
it, right?
that the enemy, that head, that fear. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. You're kind of cutting in and out. So wherever you can get situated. No, and that's reality, right? Like, you have a routine, and I shared that earlier with everyone. I turn all my notifications off my phone, because I don't want my phone to be, what I'm saying, training me to get up to do this or to do that. So there's really a value in, again, setting those boundaries, honoring that routine, right? And the routine could be, like you said, first thing is not trying to get on your phone, not checking messages, and then, like you said, when you get to work, to your workplace, what I'm saying, being positive, checking in with people instead of, what I'm saying, just being on this contraption right here, because it could definitely be a trap. But granted, right now, even in this moment, though, technology can be a gift depending on how we use it, right? How
Yeah.
we use it. So yeah, so you got your Built to Ground hoodie right there. Yeah, bro. So what are some what I'm saying, like, how would you what's that? My bad. That was a how would
Sorry.
you say, like, what would you say to someone right now that's dealing with all different kinds of disruptions in their life? If they're an entrepreneur, or, what I'm saying, or getting started in something, or they've been grinding on something, like someone who's in the grind right now, and they're dealing with disruptions, like, what would your message for them be?
So I think we talked about it earlier, is clarity, right? But different tools for clarity. So for me, what I do, like I tell people, probably one of the most rewarding uh, um, routines that I do, or tools that I use, that lets off this crazy, gives me so much dopamine, is a to-do list. So
Mm.
every day in the morning, um, I'm actually moving, but I could show you. I literally have maybe 5 or 6 from the last few days. But every morning after I wake up, I meditate. Well, I wake up, I read for 30 minutes to an hour. Then I meditate. Then I work out. Then I set my to-do list for the whole day. And when I say to-do list, I'm talking about I can't go to sleep or end my day without literally checking off each box. So with my to-do list, because again, throughout the day, there's a lot of distractions. It keeps you on point. So
But
that's
let me ask you a question though, real quick. So in the morning, you read, you work out, and, say you get ready for your day. But let's be real, like, what happens? We know, like, there's the temptation of your phone. So what do you do so those disruptions of text messages, notifications, emails, or whatever other disruptions that might, be there, even the temptation of that distraction, like, what do you do to prevent that, or how do you deal with that?
so as far as with the cell phone, um, I just okay. So when I read, basically what I do, I literally go to my phone. I go to the stopwatch part or the timing part. I set my alarm for 30 minutes to an hour, depending, um, how the day goes, how busy I am, and I literally set my phone, um, my alarm, and then I turn my phone over so I don't even see it. The next time I actually look at my phone is when that alarm comes on,
Now,
and then
do you have your phone on silent, vibrate? Like, what's the settings, bro? We got to know
yeah,
the
yeah,
settings.
it's off. It's off. I mean, it's yeah, it's not even on. It's not. It doesn't even vibrate, and it
There you
definitely
go.
doesn't ring.
Yes,
Yeah.
now
So
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. So
yeah, yeah. So and then same thing with as far as working out. I'll set it for an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, or 45 minutes, and then of course I'll play music, and yeah, it's just off, and then I don't set my notifications, so I don't see things that pop up and say, oh,
there
you
you
got a
go.
text or
See?
whatever.
And look, y'all, we didn't even talk about this prior to the show. So look, and that's exactly what I told them in the very first point, right? In terms of setting boundaries, I said I don't do any notifications either. So me and you, cuz that's how you know we blood. So point number 3 that I want to bring up again, we're talking about dealing with disruptions, because again, disruptions will either distract you or they will develop you. So the next time you have a disruption in your life, whatever that might be, no matter how small or how big, point number 3 that I have is this right here, which is ask yourself, what is this disruption developing out of me? So every time, like, so for example, because I was sharing earlier, being a man of faith, I took this saying to another level where it was like, God, the devil disrupts to distract, but God will disrupt your life to develop you, right? So the devil disrupts to distract, but God disrupts to develop. So I was asking myself, all right, God, what are you developing now? Like with this pandemic, what are you developing now? And look, like this live stream and rebranding, saying for my YouTube channel and just creating new ways to be creative and to be in this world. That's what God is developing out of me in this moment. What did he develop? What is developing out of my wife? Man, her thumb is so green right now. I am so proud of my wife. Shout out to hashtag my beautiful wife, Danielle Ramirez, because our backyard is looking like a straight oasis right now. So many plants. And I
No.
shared this the other day. And like this disruption of our program, of our plan, right? Disruption of our plan is developing her to be the gardener, which is basically, again, taking care of life, bringing life into the world. It's such a beautiful thing. So, cuz, what would you say? What are some developments that may not even COVID-19, right? I hate honoring COVID-19 like that, but just in general, what are some things that have been developed because of the disruptions in your life? If you could just share like one quick story, one quick example with the viewers out there, what's one disruption in your life that actually turned into a huge development for you?
Okay, well, first off, real quick, going on a distraction to of the development. But basically, I read this book just recently before the book I'm reading now. It's called The Extraordinary Mind by Vishen, and I can't say his last name. But there's a part in it where he talks about Kensho, and Kensho basically is exactly what you're saying. When something in life throws a curveball at you, but at the end of the day, it was basically a blessing in disguise. For me, what I would say has been, my Ken show that basically has been a disruption, but really became a development is, man, I'll tell you right now, man, I fail every day. I fail every day at, for example, so let's talk about Build to Grind. Man, you know how many um, milestones and accomplishments I've come across, like when I say milestones or accomplishments, like celebrities wearing my brand, or like people with money reaching out to invest, but you know what, they never fail through. And like, of course, there was a point in time where I was very frustrated, like, dang, I've been doing this for a decade now, and I never got my breakthrough. But when I look back at it, what I think it is, to me, God is like, I want you to fully be developed, because now at this point in my life, and with my business, I want to do it all. And when I say I want to do it all, I remember when I met with this one investor in 2015, and he was like, I have this much amount to invest, and I like you guys, and I literally, um, he goes, what do you need me to do? And I'll tell you straight up. I straight up said to him at the time, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know nothing about business, and I also felt I really didn't have what it took or believed in myself, because he's the investor. He already owns, multiple businesses that are multi-million dollar businesses. So basically, I'm like, shoot, here's my brand, and run with it, and whatever. But now my thinking is different. It's like I felt like God made me fail all these times for me to look in the mirror and be like, no, you don't need nobody else. You're gonna do this on your own. You're gonna develop yourself on your own, and you're gonna keep on failing until you develop yourself and realize, what steps you need to take. Because before I was just like, damn, obviously it's hard. Maybe this is not meant to be. But now, like Les Brown says, or one of those motivational videos that I heard it, and don't say why me, say try me. So now I'm like, you know what? When I fail or something doesn't work out, I'm like, it's all good. We gonna keep it trucking. So that's what I feel. All my whole journey has been a disruption, and for a long time it was a mental anchor. But now I look at it like it's really true. What does not kill you will make you stronger.
Yes. Hey, right on. Yeah. So for those of you again just joining in, or you're tuning in, my cousin Dio Arson, born and raised originally from Vallejo, but he's out there in LA right now grinding, built to grind, supporting the brand, supporting local entrepreneurs. But I love what you said, right? Failure is the disruption. Right, from what you just said, like failure is the disruption, and it's developing you to develop grit, develop more heart, more work ethic. And again, you've been at music, built to grind clothing for years. Like I still remember back in the days, bro, when you had the karaoke machine, on the cassette thing with we had a echo on the singing machine, recording, rapping, right? Like I mean, I've seen your journey from scratch to where it is now, and you definitely again the development and your perseverance, I think is really key. And I love how you said the failure was your disruption. So, cuz I thank you for being on with us today. So check this out, y'all. I'm actually gonna do something really special after this. After I end this broadcast, I'm actually gonna start another one because it's a surprise, something I want to do, something super brand new. But before that, because I just want you to give you an opportunity real quick, if you want to do any shout outs before we get going and before I do my wrap up for this episode.
Yeah, man. First off, shout out to you, cuz man, for having me on the show. But you know what? One thing I could say, and I actually said this not last year, probably the year before, but man, I continually see you grinding, like literally, like post after post, show after show. You just keep showing up, man. So man, shout out to you for that, man. Keep
Right
it
on.
going.
Yes,
And
sir.
I be telling people, like I tell people, I'm like, man, you know what? No one could say nothing about my cousin, because you know what? He doing what he doing, and honestly, ain't nobody else doing it. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So
that's
keep
it.
doing that. I want to shout out, of course, my mom. Mother's Day is coming up. My mom, my auntie Lisa, my mother-in-law, all the moms and all the great women out there. Shout out to my wife. She on her grind right now. And man, shout out to everybody that supported me to this day. I mean, you know what? I always say, I never, as far as the music, I never really, hit it big where I really wanted to. And that's fine, because I know I gave 150%. But you know what, man, the messages I get from people from different parts of the world, different parts of the United States, that, they say my music or my comedy helps them get through, like for reals, like that's everything to me. So I
Yep.
appreciate all the people that's still rocking with me.
Hey, right on. And we got a couple messages. Shout out to Kuya Mark Oasis. I'll let Danielle know you said you love it. Proud. Hey, Kuya Mark says he's proud of both of us. And he calls us grinders. Yes, you know what I'm saying, and that's it. Again, I believe that our ancestors. I'm not trying to go too deep, but our ancestors, our parents and our grandparents, all the way from the Philippines on down, didn't struggle for us just to be complacent and just to be comfortable or just to be average. I think we were created for more. So with that being said, oh, hey, come on, hey. So we want to thank you again for tuning in. Again, FTIO Live, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m., y'all, where I'm inspiring real change from the inside out. So just to recap today's show, again, disruptions, either distract or develop. All right, hold on, let me go and do my little recap real quick, just for those of you jumping on. So when we disruptions, here we go. They'll either distract or develop you. 3 key points. All right, number 1, set those boundaries. Number 2, right, honor your routine. And then when those disruptions happen, step number 3, All right, ask yourself what is being developed out of me. And remember, y'all, each and every one of y'all is built to grind. And we are out of here. Have a blessed Friday. Stay tuned. I got something real special that I'm going to do for my mama in just a minute. So if you want to get back on that live show, but I want to end this broadcast here. Peace, y'all. Thank you, Dio. Nothing but love for you. Nothing but love for you, cuz. Keep grinding. Keep doing your thing. You inspire more people than you know. And we are out of here, y'all. Peace. Hey, let me get some of these comments on the feed real quick. Hold on. We got yo, what's up? Concord in the building. Yep, Concord in the building. Good morning. Joanne, thank you for the purple hearts. And Chavez, thank you so much, y'all. Have a blessed day. And we are out of here. Peace.